Good evening, everybody. Welcome by Mindful Elevation, creating a mindful body and mind. We are here with another interesting topic, and I welcome you all to take your time out of your Saturday to be part of this. Tonight, we're going to have Miss Oonagh Evertsz, and we're going to talk with her about following your dream. Hi, welcome, Miss Oonagh.
Hi, thank welcome. Grateful to be here, Ramonda.
Thank you, thank you. So we're going to have this interview to get to know you a little bit more and to get a little bit more information about how you following your dream or have been following your dream. So
Okay.
everybody, welcome again. And if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to post it in the chat. And in between, we will keep an eye on it to ask your questions or say your remark. And we're going to go like that. So, Ms. Ona, tell a little
Yes,
more about yourself, who you are, and what you does do in daily life.
in a daily life. Okay, well, so I'm Oonagh Evertsz. I was born and raised on the beautiful sister island of yours, Curacao. I'm 39 at the moment. I'm the eldest one of eldest daughter of three. I was born on the 1st of January 81. And yeah, on Curacao, I followed all the primary education. And after the VWO, I came to Holland, came to the University of Amsterdam, originally to study artificial intelligence. But after a year, I was like, hold up, this is not me. I'm not one to be programming robots, football robots or chess robots from 9 to 5 in a stuffy basement. So after a year, I switched to social science informatics, where I had more interaction with people. What was more the social side of informatica. And after I finished that, I started working at the IT company 13 years ago in 2007. And I've been working in the IT company since then as a business analyst, as a information analyst, process analyst.
Okay, that's great. And then, do you enjoy doing this job? Is this something that you choose to do, or you just fell into it?
Well, um, everybody says on Curacao, it's an honor. It's to be working at the field that you study for. So if I'm answering the question from that point of view, yes. But it's not where my heart lies. It pays the bills. It pays my mortgage and the electricity bill and every other bill, but it's not where my heart lies. I do it with pleasure though, because I studied it and I liked it. I like it,
Mhm.
but I'm um, solving other people's problems every day. And if it were people, then it would be more satisfying if it were a one-on-one people, social problems, etc. But it's business problems where economics and laws and benefits for different stakeholders are more at play. So the people, the sector people, they don't see the benefit of what I'm doing. So it's the big multinationals and a big the government. They see the benefit. They reap the benefit of my work. But my other life, that gives me more satisfaction because I can see one on one the effect it has on people.
Okay, okay. I understand that because a lot of the times, indeed, we do a 9 to 5 jobs. We
Uh-huh.
content with it, but there is something else that is more, let me call it, attractive for us to do. So,
Exactly.
since you mentioned that, where your passion lies?
My passion. Well, my passion lies with everything that has to do with the entertainment arts. During my studies here in Amsterdam, I had the possibility through the university to follow artistic courses to further develop my artistic skills in singing, in dancing, in musicals, in acting. So I did that. I followed a lot of courses besides my regular uh, curriculum in singing, dancing, acting, and musical, combining the three of them. And afterwards, I went abroad. I went to London, to France, to further develop. To dive deeper into the entertainment arts, the singing, the dancing, the acting, and I'm since 2013 I'm certified singer, a certified actress. So there's where my passion lies.
Okay, that's nice. So, so you're saying that when you were studying, you got the opportunity to follow all these extra courses in the art area. So you went to do
Yes.
it. So it's then when you started to see, okay, this is something that I like to do, or was it from before already you started dabbling a little bit in it?
No, from before. At a young, I come from a very artistic family.
Mm-hmm.
All my mother sings. All my mother's cousins and from both sides of the family, they sing. And as a kid, I couldn't. And because I didn't develop it, so but I liked it since I was young, since I can remember. I liked singing, and I hated the part of me not being able to produce um, a sound that I liked and that everybody else liked. So my sister sang in school choirs, in musical groups, and my mother as well. And I was pushed to do it, but I didn't like the sound. So I was teased by my cousins that did sing. That they did have a family group, a singing group, and I was teased by them. And because I was teased by them, I was like, hold up. I won't let that go on very further. So I liked the sound my mother produced, and I taught myself to produce that sound. So I started singing. My passion for singing came out of me not being content with the way I sounded and being teased by my peers, and liking a particular sound, in this case, my mother's sound, and um, trying to mimic what I heard my mother was doing. So in the first instance, I was self-taught because I just mimicked my mother's sound and what she was doing. And here in Holland, I further developed it. Yeah, in Curacao, growing up, when I started to find my voice. I sang in school choirs and in a family choir because I found a voice that was liked by majority of people and by me. But here in Holland, through those courses, I really perfectionated the sound, and I got knowledge of techniques to take my sound and my singing and my acting a step further.
Okay. So then when you're saying that you didn't like your sound, was that because you couldn't hold a note, or you were singing? I don't know how to explain it good, but or you were
Yeah,
singing
yeah, yeah.
between.
It's not that I never sang out of tune, so
Mhm,
I was always able to hold a note, but I as a young girl I had a very low voice, and yeah, I sang everything from that low voice because I didn't have the knowledge, the skill to what to do with the gehemelte of the larynx and the soft palate in geek terms and in geek singing terms. I didn't know how to use it. But
Mhm.
it's not that I was out of tune. I was never out of tune. I just it was not a female for a female voice for what female standards are of
Okay.
were at that point.
Okay. Okay. So it's more that and then what was the type of song? Because you said you like the your mother's song, so that's why you
Yeah,
try to how you call it, create that for yourself.
yeah,
Can you explain what type of song that was and how that went for you to create that same song? Because sometimes they say that yes, you can like something, like in this case, your mother's song, but it's better to create your own or to get your own.
yeah. Um, yeah. For me at that time, that was the best I could do. You know, with the knowledge and the skills I had.
Mm-hmm.
But my mother's sound, it's a low, a dark sound, a low gospely sound. You know, the Mahalia Jackson ish kind of sound,
Okay.
and with the vibrato and the dark projecting voice, and that's the color I liked at that moment, and I still use it, but in a different way. But
Mm-hmm.
that's the typical gospel, American gospel sound
Okay.
for
Okay.
the, yeah,
Okay. So then during the years you perfected that and you got your own sound to be.
yes,
So then what is your sound now? Because you're saying that your mother is more like gospely and with a vibrato.
yes.
So then what is your sound?
You know, I'm blessed that my voice can that I'm able with the right techniques that I'm able to sing different genres.
Mhm.
So I started in gospel as well because that's the sound that I had. And these past few years, I've incorporated Latin sounds, the Latin genre, Latin bands as well. And during my university years, I did a lot of musical singing. So that's another sound and another way of projecting the sound that you are producing. So I would say eclectic because it's here in Holland as I say u vraagt wij draaien whatever the person contracting me wants me to sing.
Mhm.
I try as much as I can to produce that sound. I sing mariachi, I sing gospel, I sing Latin, I sing musical, I sing pop. Pop is not my favorite because it's another light kind of sound. You know, the Christina Aguilera ish sounds. That's not my thing, but I can produce it. So u vraagt wij draaien. If the person contracting me needs a certain genre of music, I produce it for them.
Okay. So then can I, in your case, conclude, or no, can I say that with each singer it's like that, they can sing in different genres or voice tone, or is it that you kind of like, for to put it like this, you were lucky that you can sing in different genres?
If you use the right technique, because every genre decrease for a certain type of sound. So with I'm certified in the Danish, yes, the Danish complete vocal technique. And with this technique, we learn how to position our larynx and our tongue and produce the vowels in order to produce different sounds. So I know how to produce the poppy sound. I know how to produce the mariachi sound. I know how to produce the gospel sound. So everybody can learn those skills, how to exactly position the larynx and all sorts of stuff. So everybody can learn it, but then again, you as a singer have to like that type of music in
Yeah,
order to sing it and in order to be believable to your audience.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if I mean, you're the expert, but if I look at myself, because I mean, as far as I know, my family has been, or they can sing. And
Mm-hmm.
talk about my sister, she can sing. But if I look at myself, I to me, I just sound like a cat. So I don't really sing, not even when musics are on the radio. I will hum it, and if it's
Really?
song that
You're
I
missing so much, Ramonda. Not even in the shower when you're alone.
know, not even in the shower. That's why I say only if it's a song that I really, really like, I will try to sing a few words here and there. But to hold the whole song, you will not find me doing that. But
But what's holding you back? Why not?
I think it was kind of like you, but then you continue still working on it, because in high school they had musicals every year, as you know, and then at one point you could have go and do the tryouts. So
Yeah.
I went for tryouts. I think in my mind, within 1 second, the teacher told me, no, 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 stop. You go and sit down. So I think, and before that already, I was kind of like shy to sing,
Yeah.
even with my sisters and my
Yeah.
sister, my father and mother holding a song. I was kind of like shy. So I think that kind of like stopped me too to kind of like do it. But I do really like when people singing with the different tones and the different alts, and how they can hold the difference. So I do like that. But for me, I don't know. I don't think I would have, but maybe it's because it's not my passion like you. I don't think I would
Yeah.
have the, how you call it, the passion and the let me continue and following the different
No,
courses. So
you know what it is, because it's in my case, it's like I hate I love challenges because I hate them. Let me explain. Every time a challenge drops on my lap, I'm like, I hate you, so I'll show you who's the boss.
yeah,
And that has always been the drive for me to continue. And I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll watch me.
yeah.
Watch me get that. Watch me nail that note. Watch me nail that tune. You know. And it's preparing for this interview. I realized that was the first vivid memory I have of me being like this. Me showing to myself, proving to myself that I can meet that challenge and I
Yeah.
can excel, exceed that's the challenge.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. That's nice. That's indeed a way of approaching it indeed as
That's
well.
that's the drive that I get from challenges that I don't like.
Yeah. And so then during the time that you were perfecting your art and following the different courses, there was some time that you found it challenging to do a particular area and or to continue.
Oh, yes. Because my voice was so low. During my CVT exam, before practicing for my CVT exam, I did a range check, a vocal range check, and I've learned that with the right techniques, I have a huge range.
Okay.
But because my voice was so low and I only knew how to use my voice in the lower regions in the beginning,
Yeah.
I was always casted as a tenor. Usually, women's voices range from alto to soprano and up. but my voice was low. So, and there was always in all the choirs, all the gospel choirs, and all the choirs and musical performances, there was always a lack of men. So,
Mm-hmm.
hey, there's a woman that has a low range. So I was always casted in the men sections of the vocal score.
Okay.
And for for years I've thought that that was all my voice could do. I can only sing low notes, and I always had to transpose songs from Celine Dion or Mariah Carey or wherever. No, they're not in my range, you know. Just because I was not using the right technique to reach those notes, so that was frustrating,
Mm-hmm.
and that led me to look further. And I didn't want to go to a classical voice coach,
Yeah.
because I didn't want to sing classical music. And in the past, when you went to a voice coach, you had to learn the classical form of singing, and that was not me. That was not what I liked. So when I found a teacher that was teaching through CVT, and I went to a workshop, and I saw that with just one open door, um, that I could produce those high sounds.
Okay.
So then I discovered that my voice can reach the other side as well. So yes, I too can belt. Yes, I too can reach those high notes. I don't usually sing in the same tones that Mariah Carey or Celine Dion sing, because that's too high. There is a limit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't I don't anymore transpose all those songs to a lower tone in order for me to be able to sing. No, that the challenge now for me is try to, as much as possible, reach the original tones that the singers use.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, it can be done. In other cases, it can't. The Mariah Carey tones, I'm not even trying it, trying them, because I know that's one, that's not my kind of singing. And two, yeah, the vocal cords are uh, um, muscles. They can only be stretched to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you can't go beyond the limits, because otherwise you get polyp, you get all sorts of nasty stuff that you don't want.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's how sometimes you hear from artists that they have to do operation on their vocal
Yes,
cords because
vocal cords, because they used the chords in the wrong way, or they that's mostly the case, that they used the words in the wrong way. Some have polype. I don't know how the English words for
I
polype.
think it's called I don't know how.
Polyps or so, on
I,
the vocal cords, that prevent the vocal cords of actually closing, because that's the thing that vocal cords do. They open and close. And
mm-hmm.
if there's something blocking, like those polypa,
Mm-hmm.
then you can't produce clear sound. And that's why they have to have operations to get the things on the cords off, in
Mm-hmm.
order to for the cords to close tightly again,
Okay. Okay.
and to be able to.
Yeah. So it's not only for yes, or you went to the different courses and you can sing, but it also paying attention how you're using your voice, your vocal cords,
Most
so you don't
definitely,
go
yes.
out of your range of
Yes,
okay.
yes,
Okay.
most definitely, because when you go to courses, you learn the techniques, but practice makes perfect. You have to have a healthy musical practice, and you cannot overschreeuw. You cannot overdo it. You cannot push. Yeah, every I always say um, uh, singing is top sport
Mm-hmm.
because you're using more. It's not just going on stage and la 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 la. You're singing. You have to engage your breath support. You have to engage all kinds of muscles in the back, muscles you didn't even know you had, and you didn't even know you're using when you're singing. So it's you're constant in when you're on, and you have to have a poker face for the audience in order to for them not to know how hard you're working at the moment. So so yeah, you have every top sporter, every top sporter needs proper training and
Mm-hmm.
needs proper
Correct.
care, needs proper rest. I know that last part is very tricky, especially when with performing,
Mm-hmm.
because you make a lot of crazy hours performing, and yeah, the sleep is the thing that gets a little on the back burner instead of the minimal 7 hours that you need for the voice to get to rest as well. There are patches. There are techniques to like bandages
Yeah.
to help you how do you say you to massage the vocal cords and make it uh, bearable, not when you're not doing the proper giving the proper care to
Mm-hmm.
still perform, but it's not optimal.
Okay.
A
Okay.
singer that had that's had enough time to sleep, to rest between gigs is a whole lot other singer than the one that goes on and on and on and on and on.
Okay.
Because every time you go on a stage, you have if you're playing with a band, for example, the sound of the band is a lot of times overwhelming. You don't have the right you don't hear yourself properly enough on the monitor, so you're overusing your vocal chords in order to be heard
Mm-hmm.
over the drums and all that geweld, and when you have brass, it's even more so.
Mm-hmm.
So you're always straining your voice to an extent, so the voice needs rest as well.
Correct. Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like you said, it's with every sports, it's with everything that you do, you need to have your rest so you can continue indeed with it. And I think in your case even more, like you said, because otherwise at one point you will not have a voice, you can't sing anymore and not even talk anymore. And then I guess also you will form those polyps as well, or polypen as well.
Yeah, it is. You know, when you're a pianist or a guitarist, when you're an instrumentalist,
Mm-hmm.
if you break your finger, you're done. You're done. You're set for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
But with singers, our voice is our instrument, so you have to take care of that
Yeah.
voice. If you're a horse one day, yeah, you can use it in a sound. You can use it. You can use it as anyways, and you have dan rauw randje zoals we dat hier say in Holland.
Mm-hmm.
But if you overdo that, like for example, Adele has a raw randje
Yeah.
on her voice, but she has had to have a lot of a few operations
Mm-hmm.
after each other because of the not properly taken care of, because that was the sound that she produced and that was the sound that she got famous for,
Yes,
but
correct.
she was using her voice in a non-proper way. There are healthy ways to create that sound,
Mm-hmm.
but she wasn't doing that. So
Okay.
that's why she had to have a lot of operations of stemrust, periods that you cannot sing because,
Mhm.
yeah, well, if it's injured, it's injured.
Yeah, correct. Correct. Yeah, we as the listener, we don't really or at least me then, I don't always hear the distinction between, yes, this is a correct way of using your voice, this is
Yeah.
not a correct way of using voice. For
Yeah.
us, it's like, oh, that song sounds very nice, very
Yes.
beautiful. But I guess
Yeah.
the experts can really see the difference, how the singers use their voice and everything. That's
Yeah.
true.
I'm a geek, so I'm an analyst. I cannot turn that that button off, that switch
Yeah,
off. So when I hear singers, I'm trying to analyze what they are doing, because that's part of the way the singing technique works, of the course that I followed works. You have you listen to a particular singer and try to analyze what sound they are producing, and what technique they are using to produce that sound. So I cannot turn that switch off. And even more so when I'm seeing someone perform live, because then you can see how they, if they're protruding their jaw, if they're singing blocking passageways, or they're not using enough support, so
yeah. Mhm.
then you can see, that sound is because she's doing this and this and this, in the right way or in the wrong way.
Yeah. So in a way, you never take a rest when it comes to singing using your voice. And
No.
because even when you go into a concert, you're busy analyzing the singer.
Yeah. It's 24/7. So that makes it more key to get enough rest, because the brain is still, if I'm not using the voice at that moment, but my brain is still at brain training, voice training,
Yeah.
so
That,
I need my 7 hours of sleep, because otherwise it would be out of memory.
yeah. Exactly. Do you manage to get that? Do you manage to get enough sleep
Not
to
no, not with you now, with the COVID-19 period. I'm
rest?
For my 9 to 5, I'm working from home.
Hmm.
The singing, it's just stopped, because no events were all events were canceled.
Yeah.
So that's a bummer. But I'm working from home. So from the start of the Corona period, I've managed to get very, 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 very much the lack of sleep. I've managed it, because yeah, I'm working from home. I don't have to commute,
Hmm.
it's easier for me to, okay, just take a nap now, and rest and relax.
Yeah. Okay.
So like they say in Dutch, elk nadeel heeft zijn voordeel. There are both two sides of everything. So
Mhm.
that was one good side of the Corona period, that I was obliged to take a rest, to
Yeah.
stop.
Exactly. Okay, so we have a question from Bakari. Within the
Yeah.
context of COVID-19, what advice can you give someone to follow their dreams in this time of uncertainty and insecurity?
Oh, everything's uncertain. Especially in my field. That's why I do this part time,
Mm-hmm.
officially, for the taxes. I do it part time, but it's a full time job as well. So I have two full time jobs, because I need to be able to still keep paying my mortgage and the gas bill and the electric bill and every kind of bill that you pay for everything here
Yeah.
in Holland. I imagine that in St. Martin it's not different. So de cultuursector, is a sector bedoel ik, cultural, the arts,
Mm-hmm.
it's very uncertain. Now you have a job, tomorrow you don't have one. So, but um, my heart says that I cannot be happy if I don't sing, or if I don't act, or if I'm not on stage doing whatever,
Mm-hmm.
be it presenting or whatever. So um, my I just cannot help it but to follow the advice my heart gives me, because otherwise I'm not happy. And everybody strives to be happy in this life. So I need this to recharge my batteries, for me to be able to do the other side of the brain, the left side of the brain, the analytics part.
Mhm.
um, um, with COVID, I like I just said, all the events of all the bands and all the concerts and parties, they were canceled. So I did just like most of the artists around the world did. I did living room sessions on just live on Facebook, live on YouTube, in order to be able to still interact with the audience. And I did like request sessions. People could give them make them their requests in advance, and or people that were joining in live, they when I sang one song, and then they would say, "Oh, sing that one, this one. Oh, sing that one, sing that one." And so, in order to be able to still keep on interacting with the public, normally during a concert or during a party, you get those feedback and those requests live. But in the COVID period, it wasn't possible. So thanks to Facebook Live and all those live streaming platforms, that I was still able to perform, and my followers got the opportunity as well to still interact with me and still send requests.
Okay,
And
that
another thing that boomed during this COVID period is I have a sound a recording studio at home, in one of my free rooms at home. And I I'm just recording, making music, singing, backing vocals for a few artists. There are like three CDs coming out in, I don't know, in the near future, where I sang my backings from home. So I didn't even have to go out to record them. I just recorded them raw, sent the recording to them, and they send it to their mixing and mastering gurus, and it's coming out.
mhm.
So you learn, when you cannot do anything else, you learn to just go with the flow, and you have the choice to um, rethink your strategy, or to go against um, uh, um, the flow, and then what then you have to make sure for yourself, what is the thing that gives me the most satisfaction and cost me the least amount of effort, to just go with the flow, or just go against swim against the stream.
Yeah,
Yes, Corona is blocking everything, but I have a choice every day. Um, do I wake up, whine, shit, I cannot go out, I cannot sing, I can, or do I invent other ways, think of other ways to fulfill my needs, in spite of the current situation?
yeah, that's true. So in your case, indeed, like you said, you find other avenue to still be able to sing, to still be able to interact with your audience.
Yes.
That is so true. Kenty is saying that finding a balance to rest in whichever industry is like looking for a needle in a haystack.
It is. It is, and the, it is. And it's very it's in in whatever field it is. But yeah, I'm always I've always been voorstander, voorstander. Um, I always see the glass as half full instead of half empty, you know. And every day I wake up with that sole purpose to just find try to find that needle because I can there are so many things happening in the world and so many things happening around us at the moment and especially during this pandemic period that I'm grateful for the health that I have and the ability that I have of every day waking up for
Mhm.
the first thing, and for me for yeah to every day have the chance to look for something that makes me happy and lets me stay grounded and sane and be able to keep all those balls up in the air. And but
Exactly.
it is definitely is a needle in a haystack. But there is always a way to, in my experience, then there's always a way to just find, even if it's the tip, you know, the large tip of of that needle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We here at Mindful Elevation, Creating Your Body and Mind, we're talking with Miss Oonagh Evertsz about following your dream. So we have another question from Gina. She asking if she does give voice training as well.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do give CVT, complete vocal technique voice training, and yeah, during this Corona period, I first for the first time started doing that through Zoom, because normally my students come to me and yeah, I work with them on posture, on support, etc., etc., and I know that my teachers have years of experience working through via Zoom or other Zoom-like platforms, but I haven't done that prior to Corona period, and I must say it works.
Okay.
You still have you still have to tweak some stuff, some stuff in order to, because the asynchronous internet connection, delay in sound makes it more challenging, but
Mhm.
not impossible.
Okay. So it's
So
it's
yes,
like
I do.
you, yes. So then you are one of them too that's found another avenue as well. Then because of
Yeah.
this COVID.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. You find
Yeah.
other
So,
ways of
so just roll with the waves, go with the flow, and
correct.
and and if you're open to just do that, to follow the path of least resistance, then ways of resolving issues just show up
Yeah.
in my experience.
That is so true. So Bakari is saying it's good to see that Miss Ava has used this period to maximize his possibilities, and it's inspiring. And he has a question. Do you think that people or our generation in the Netherlands or Caribbean is doing enough to follow their dreams? And if yes, if you can give some examples, and if not, what is the reason that you think not?
I can we in the Caribbean, especially of the islands, the former Dutch Antilles, we have a lot of potential. We have a lot of talent in whatever way, be it in sports, be it in musical way, be it in we have a lot of talents. Um, People that don't follow their dreams is, in my experience, because they don't know how to. They don't know. They don't know how to tap into the 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 right persons, the right people to help them to get a step further. I had the privilege of to come across through the university to come across certain people and certain classes
Mhm.
that gave me the possibility to um, evolve further in my craft.
Mhm.
And I'm I'm still an analyst by heart. So Google I'm a Google Google is my friend. So I'm a nerd like that as still. So I use Google to, if it's not here in Dutch we say, if it's not linksom, dan is het rechtsom. It's one way or the other way around. So I had the drive, and because I have, like I said before, because I hate challenges, because I love them so much,
Mhm.
that I always want to know more, and I always want to learn more. So I move, like we say in Papiamento, move my yangado in order to explore, and that's something that our people, our youth from the islands are not brought up with, the urge to explore more.
Yeah.
That's a difference I see with youth here in Holland.
Mhm.
They are brought up with at a young age, they go to school by bike alone. We
Yeah.
we cannot do that, for instance, we cannot do that on the islands. But in my case, till I was 18 and I left the island, my mother did everything for me, most things, so we are under mother's wings for a longer period of time than the Dutch youth. So we are not programmed to explore and get to find our own path. And
Correct.
that's something, so a difference that I see with people here that are following their passion.
Mhm.
It's normal here to follow your passion.
Yeah.
On the islands, you know um uh yeah, if you're working in the cultural sector, it's an uncertain bestaan. Weet je, uncertain.
Thing.
You're not certain of normal income. It's not a job, you know. And here, if they see, if people see you have a talent for whatever, you automatically get the push from a young age.
Yeah. Mhm.
And that's the reason why I think why there's a difference between the Dutch youth and our youth from the islands. Um, and there's a difference in drive, there's a difference in um, yeah, they were, the Dutch were hoe heet dat, conquistador, they were explorers by nature.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have have come to us. So they're explorers by nature, and we're afraid of that. It's mostly fear that holds us back from following our dreams,
That is so true.
or at least exploring what we're able to do with the talents that God gave us.
Yeah. That is so true. Sometimes, indeed, we have to put the fear aside and just close our eyes and try it and see where we reach. We are our own worst enemy when it comes to that.
Exactly. If you fail, oh, okay, so what? Okay, I failed. No, I didn't fail. I acquired an experience. It's not
Correct.
a good one. It's not the one that was desired, but an experience it still is.
Correct. Correct. So when we bring it back to your singing, do you see a difference between Netherlands, Europe, and the islands when it comes to perfecting your singing, broaden your horizon when it comes to singing,
Yes.
growing in that area?
You know, I must say on Curacao, things are changing at the moment. because a lot of people that lived here in Holland went back, and they've seen more that I've let me put it this way. I've always said every time I go back to Curacao, I say I cannot come back um, because I cannot fully live my life
Mm-hmm.
where just working from my 9 to 5 job. I need the other side of my brain.
Mm-hmm.
The analytics part is the left side of the brain. The artistic part is the right side of the brain. I need to stimulate the right side of my brain as well in order for me to be balanced. So I've always said that Curacao, the world ends. It's not black and white like that, but follow just humor me. The world ends where the water starts.
Okay.
Island.
Mm-hmm.
And living in Europe, I've seen that there's much more than even Holland. You know, even Holland is not it's not big enough for me. That's why I went to courses in London. I went to courses in France. I went to courses in Spain. So um, you have a lot more. You know, the land is vaster. You have a lot more room to breathe and to explore here than on the islands where the land stops, water starts, so you cannot go further than that.
Mm-hmm.
That has changed throughout the years because people like Randall Corson and a whole bunch of people that studied here at conservatories went back. There's Randall Corson started his music school there, where he gives the education on Dutch level, you
Mm-hmm.
know, Dutch academical level on the island. So they're evolving. People are doing auditions to be able to get let in to that school. So auditions are at the same levels as auditions here in Holland. So
Nice.
the level of perfection yeah, perfectionism, the level of education that that the youth is getting now on Curacao is um, starting to get to the level here, and that I like that. I like for the youth, the people that don't go abroad
Mm-hmm.
for studies or for whatever reason, that they get the possibility to study music at a level higher than they were than they had the possibility on the island of doing,
Yeah.
because the levels on the island and here in Europe weren't in balance, and
Mm-hmm.
now it's getting there because people that have lived here and know how and have studied here and know how it's what level is here are going back and are teaching the young ones on that level. So it's a process. It's we're not there yet, but we're getting there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. When you're talking about the education level or education in singing, yes, Randall Corson is using more the European, let me call it the style. Is there a
Mhm.
difference with the American style actually, or is it kind of like almost equivalent when it comes to the vocal, learning how to sing, the breathing?
um even the my singing technique that I learned, the complete vocal technique, it says it's complete, but it's ever evolving, because there's the Complete Vocal Institute in Denmark is still on a daily basis doing a lot of research on the voice and stuff like that. So it's ever evolving. So you never stop learning, even if you have learned and learned a particular technique by heart, because there are different techniques. Um, So every technique teaches you the universal concepts. So the techniques that they use here in Europe teach in a different matter, in a different style than the techniques being taught in the US,
Mm-hmm.
but the concept is still universal.
Okay.
They have different ways to approach it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still a universal concept because the voice works in one particular way.
Yeah.
There are
Mm-hmm.
different sideways and viewpoints to get to a particular sound that you want to produce, but the concept is universal.
Okay. Okay. I
So
see.
yeah, there are differences between the European and the American ways, but and mainly in the ways of naming things. There's a European standard and an American standard, but the concept is still universal.
Okay, okay, that's understandable. How do you actually combine? Because you mentioned at the beginning you have technically two full-time jobs. How you actually manage to handle both of them?
I've always said to everybody, a day has 24 hours. I work for like 8 at my 9 to 5, and then I work for another 8 at my 5 to plus 8, 5 to 13, and then yeah, I don't know. I honestly cannot answer this question. I get this question very often, but the only thing I can say is a day has 24 hours, and and work life is just 8 of them, and they know at my job, they know that if I get the chance, if I get the slightest security of a contract, be it for 6 months, then I'll grab it. I'll take a leap of absence, and I'll grab it, and I'll see where that can lead. So um, work 9 to 5. What pays the bills is just 8 hours out of 24. And then
Okay.
in the weekends I don't work. So and mostly I perform in the weekends, and during the night hours I to have every night classes and courses and stuff like that. Now that part has been on a down low because I'm performing more
Yeah.
than before, than just following classes. So from 9 to 5 I work, then I go home, or not. I just go to the next gig or to the next appointment, and during the weekends I'm not working, so I have 48 hours of possibility to do the other part of my life. So yeah, I still can manage and get enough sleep, albeit one day I get 8 and the other day I got 4, but we manage.
Counting. And now you add in the acting to it as well, right?
No, I've always added the acting was always there, but the acting is now it's on a back burner because the singing gigs have taken the foreground.
Okay.
Yes, I want to get back on stage every time I go to a play, every time I go to a musical, be it amateur, be it professional. I'm like, I want to be there on stage, because I know what the process is for the group from the moment of getting a script and to performing it live for audience, and it's such a rush, such a process. I cannot put it into words what the feeling of fulfillment it gives, from knowing that you just got some words on paper in the first in the beginning, and then seeing what you can produce on stage, what it can become, the metamorphosis from words on paper to a real life play or musical or whatever. It's such a fulfillment for me, as because I like the process. I'm process analyst, you know. And for the audience, it conveys pieces of real life that they see at that moment. And the most fulfilling comment you can get was is like, you know, I saw you there and it looks as if you read my diary. You know, it's part of my life, and that's the thing we actors or singers trying to do. Putting spiegel,
A mirror.
mirror,
Mm-hmm.
a mirror in front of the audience, to see pieces of life, albeit not part of your life, but part of life in general, that you can or cannot relate to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice. That's nice. Amy is saying another great show, Ramunda. Thank you. Thank you, Oonagh Evertsz, for words of wisdom. I wish you both continued success in all areas of your life. Thank you.
Welcome.
And do you play an instrument